All right, it's 2 minutes after the hour, so we will get started. Welcome and good afternoon. My name is Elisa Velardo, and I'm Deputy Commissioner for DDS, and it's great to see everybody here today. I wanted to remind you that we will be recording today's session, and for those who are unable to join us here today, the recording will be available on our website. Under helpful resources, there is a tab for Fourth Tuesday Forums on Innovative Options. And this recording will be up within the next few days. And I'm really happy to report that we're seeing a lot of traffic on that website. So we know that people are utilizing the recordings from previous sessions. There are also materials. So if people share PowerPoint presentations, they're posted there, and it's good to see that people are referring to those previous sessions. All right. First, I would like to introduce Commissioner Scheff, who is joining us here today to offer a welcome.
Oh, thanks, Elisa. I didn't realize you were going to call me on, but I'm glad folks are here. I'm glad to see some familiar faces and see some familiar names, and I'm looking forward. I'm only going to be able to stick around for about the first 30 minutes, but I know Patricia and Dwayne and Elisa have some special stuff in store for you today. And I'm excited to see some responses to that. So I don't want to steal from your time to listen to me blab on. So I'm going to give it back to Elisa, and looking forward to today's presentation. Thank you all for joining. These are really important. I think just a tremendous way to spread the word of what we're trying to get done here. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. So our topic today is technology for optimal independence. And we do, as the Commissioner said, have some great presentations in store for you today. I just want to share a little bit about the format. As in all of the Fourth Tuesday forums, we have the topics explored from a variety of perspectives. We will explore assistive technology from the perspective of an individual who utilizes assistive technology, those who evaluate what technology might be beneficial and provide support, setup, training on assistive technology. We have the provider perspective in terms of supporting people who are utilizing technology. And we also will be sharing some exciting AT applications that can be beneficial for people who are utilizing assistive technology in their homes, at work, or in the community. Today's session will run until 4:30. And as people are presenting, feel free to note any questions you have in the chat or any comments. We will hold all questions until the end, until after all the presentations have taken place. We want to make sure that we get to all the information that people have to share. And we found that a lot of the questions are answered in the course of the presentations themselves. So I mentioned that we have 5 presentations planned for today. The first, I am going to introduce Dwayne Dyer, who is from our South Region IFS team, and he will kick it off by introducing a video that he created with Jacob Toch. So welcome, Dwayne.
Thank you, Elisa. Hello, everyone. I'm going to show you a video that I recently conducted with Jacob Toch, an individual that DDS supports with assistive technology. I will enter my contact information into the chat for anyone interested in assistive tech for any DDS supported individual. Hello, everyone. My name is Dwayne Dyer. I am an assistive technology specialist with the State of Connecticut Department of Developmental Services, and I'm here today with my friend Jacob Toch. Jacob is going to share with us how assistive technology helps him be more independent in his home. Hi, Jacob.
Hello.
Can you please tell everyone how assistive technology helps you in your daily life?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Toch. Assistive technology has helped me in my daily life as I was born with CP. I am now going to show you how assistive technology works. I use this throughout my daily life to do things that I am unable to do by hand. I can do by voice. I am now going to show you whenever you guys are ready.
Excellent. Why don't you show us how you turn your lights on and off?
I most certainly can do that. Hey Google, turn on the bedroom light.
Very nice.
Hey Google, turn off the bedroom light.
Now, can you show us how you turn on your Xbox?
Hey Google, turn on Xbox One.
Check it out. A couple patients with CP.
Okay, turning Xbox One on.
Make them more independent. Let's figure this out.
Hey Google, turn off Xbox One.
Sure, turning off Xbox One.
Okay, now can you show us how you turn on your TV for cable?
Hey Google, turn on bedroom TV.
All right, turning the bedroom TV on.
Great. Can you show us how you change the volume on your TV?
Hey Google, volume up on bedroom TV.
Nice. How do you change your channel?
Hey Google, channel 179 on bedroom TV.
Got it, showing 179 on bedroom TV.
That's great. Can we turn the television off?
Hey Google, turn off bedroom TV.
All right, turning the bedroom TV off.
Now, can you show us how you set alarms for yourself?
As you can. Hey Google, set an alarm
All right, when for?
for
You got it. Your alarm's set for tomorrow at 4 a.m.
okay, that was not supposed to happen.
That's okay. Why don't you set an alarm for 6 o'clock p.m.?
Hey Google, cancel alarm.
All right, canceled your alarm for tomorrow at 4 a.m.
Hey Google, set an alarm for 6 o'clock p.m.
All right, your alarm's set for tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Nice. Now, why don't you show us how you text people using Siri?
Hold on. Okay. Hey Google, cancel alarm for 6 o'clock p.m.
No problem. Your alarm for tomorrow at 6 p.m. is canceled.
Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
text mom.
What do you want to say to Mom?
How is it going?
It says, how's it going? Send it?
Yes.
Done.
Very nice. Now,
She's gonna probably say, "No, what am I doing?"
you recently shared with me that you're about to move into a wonderful new apartment. Can you share with everybody some of the technology that you're thinking you might like to add in your new apartment?
I most certainly can. Hello, hello, everybody. I recently shared with my good buddy Dwayne that I am going to be moving sometime in May next month. And the technology that I want to add, there are a few things, well actually, few things that I want to add. I want to add voice activated blinds for my bedroom and the living room. If that is possible for Dwayne Dyer to do, and I'm pretty sure that is, he will find a way to do it. But there is one there is one thing I would like to know about the technology that I'm thinking of getting. As you know, I do research when I get home from work. And the research that I do is on voice commands for different things. Whether it be the TV, the blinds for the doors and windows for my new apartment, or whether it be the lights. I use technology because I am unable to do things unless I do them with my voice. Now, as you may know, I recently said this before. I was born with CP, which affects the use of my legs. But that does not stop me from doing what I love to do. I go to a program in Canton that I love. I do it Monday through Friday. However, this Tuesday, I have an appointment. So I'm not going to be able to go until Wednesday. But I will see my friends and everyone there on Wednesday. If you would like some technology for use to do things in your neck of the woods, it would be appreciated. I use it I use it for daily things, and I love the technology that I use. Now, sometimes the technology that I use doesn't work properly. When that happens, I call Dwayne. No, I don't call him. I text him. My bad. I text Dwayne and I tell him what is wrong with the technology. He finds a way to either does it, or he finds a way to do it from his office, or he will let me know when he is coming. I appreciate Dwayne doing or fixing whatever is wrong, and I always have his number just in case something goes wrong in my new apartment.
Thank you so much, Jacob. That was very kind. And thank you for sharing with us how assistive technology helps you in your daily life.
You are welcome.
Okay, that is all for us. Back to you, Elisa.
I love that video and that demonstration so much. I think Jacob is so articulate in the way that he utilizes technology in his everyday life. And so that video is a standalone video. We did that purposely so that it can be used for in other settings. It will be available as part of this presentation on our website, but also it will be available on the assistive technology page of our website so that it can be shared in a variety of formats. So next, I would like to introduce Shannon Tabor. Shannon comes to us from UCP of Eastern Connecticut, and Shannon's going to talk a little bit about what leads up to an apartment like Jacob's that has all of the technology that can be used to optimize independence. So I'll turn it over to you, Shannon, and welcome.
Thank you. It's really difficult to follow someone great like Jacob. That's rough. Why would you put me second? So I'm so excited to be here. Actually, I think I can share my screen with you. So maybe not. There it is. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
We can.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So as Elisa mentioned, I'm from UCP of Eastern Connecticut. And no, it's not going to let me. There we go. So my name is Shannon Tabor. I'm the Director of Inclusion and Accessibility here at UCP. I oversee the Assistive Technology Lending and Accessibility Services Center, which is a mouthful, so we cut it down to ATLAS. We have 3 assistive technology specialists and 2 digital divide coordinators here within our program. I'm also a certified living in place professional. I'm a parent of an adult with disabilities, and I am a fan of all things smart home. I am contractually obligated to tell you that I am a Connecticut Tech Act partner. Through the Connecticut Tech Act, we provide lending demonstrations, assessments, and a lot of other things throughout the state of Connecticut. So UCP's mission is to advance the independence and full citizenship of individuals across the spectrum of disabilities. And because you have access to this presentation, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. Suffice to say, we're part of a nationwide affiliate. We do provide services to more than individuals with cerebral palsy. We work with all ages, all stages, all disabilities. All right, so now we can get into the fun stuff. So what is assistive technology? It's not a new term. It's been around for many, many, many years, but it's just now becoming this new trend, this popular thing that that everybody's hearing about. So assistive technology, there's a fancy definition. You'll find it in all the federal forms and documents. And so assistive technology is any item, piece of equipment, product, system, whether acquired off the shelf, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve functional capabilities of individuals with disabilities. Now, you don't have to remember that. I have to remember that, but you don't have to. And the reason that we actually want you to know that is because there are so many pieces of assistive technology that oftentimes people will look at it and they'll say, well, how is that assistive technology? It is literally any piece of technology or tool that we can find that can help someone. For example, a simple highlighter, which has no technology linked to it whatsoever, but a simple highlighter that you might find in your desk drawer can be considered assistive technology. So it's important that I share with you that there is a second part to all of the documentation, and it's often forgotten. Sadly, it's forgotten, and it's important. It is the services that go along with assistive technology. And so those services are evaluations, demonstrations, training, trials, maintenance, installation, loans and lending, and there's a couple different forms of training, whether that's group training or one-on-one training. And because UCP is a nonprofit as well as a provider, we can offer a purchase location as well. So oftentimes we'll help consumers purchase technology through us, just so that if there's a better price or an easier way to do it, we'll do that. So not important, but it's always interesting, is there are multiple categories to assistive technology. Those categories are computer access, smart home, vision and hearing, speech and language, independent living, which is my favorite, environmental controls, education, learning, and cognitive and development, recreation, sports and leisure. Sometimes you'll find those with different headers, but those are the categories that you will often see technology under. All right, so now is the really, really fun part. Why would you ask for an evaluation? Who would you look for an evaluation for? So we like to say that technology can benefit anybody, everybody. At any point, we've all used a piece of technology, whether in our work day or at home. Anybody that has an Amazon device, you know, when you ask her what time it is or to set a timer, those are all forms of assistive technology. So you think of the consumers that we work with, and you can see how technology in place of a staff member or a caregiver can be really liberating. So for anybody that needs assistance in gaining independence, I would absolutely say seek out an AT evaluation. What do you get from an AT evaluation? A thorough report of tools and technology that we think might increase their capability. It might help them overcome a disability, and it can definitely remove a barrier to independence. So when can you have an assessment done? We see changes in technology regularly within our field. Things that are popular today might not be popular in a month, and something new might have come and replaced it. So we generally recommend when there's a change in the consumer's level of need, living arrangements, change in their vocational setting, those are opportune times to seek out an AT evaluation. You also might want to reach out to us if you hear about new technology in the field that you think might help one of your consumers. So we get asked this a lot. Where do you have an AT evaluation done? You can have them done in the home and in the workplace, in the community, in their programs, just about anywhere that the consumer is struggling, we can evaluate that area. And pretty much everyone can gain something from an evaluation. So we struggle with this a lot. We'll get case managers who will reach out to us and they'll say, I want to have an AT evaluation for my consumer, but I'm not quite sure what I have to do. The things that I need from you when you request an AT evaluation for a consumer are, I have to be able to show that you have gone and done PRAT approval. I have to complete a one-time so that I can get a CSA or a VSA or whatnot. And then we have to assure that we have the right AT specialist for that job. All of us, not all of us, a good portion of us have a favorite area. As I mentioned, my favorite area to assess and work on is independent living. I have a coworker who enjoys vocational settings. She enjoys getting people with disabilities into the workplace and showing that they can do it just as well as most anybody else. So really, those are the important steps to asking for an AT evaluation. The rest is easy. So we get this question a lot. AT evaluations, anything with assistive technology can and should be an ongoing process. Having an AT assessment today or last year doesn't mean that you shouldn't reevaluate new tools. We're always looking for new tools to add to our lending library. Our lending library has more than 500 pieces of technology right now. And so as we add new technology or as we find new things that we can modify or adapt for people with disabilities, we like to be able to share those with our community. So always remember that it should be an ongoing process. The other part to that is that one way to avoid abandonment of technology is reach out to us and ask if there's a way for us to adapt the technology for the consumer's current needs. A consumer who maybe was ambulating, 2 years ago when they started using their technology is now in a wheelchair. That's okay. We might be able to adapt that technology. So let's not, have it be abandoned. Let's do what we can to make it still usable. So I wanted to share a quick, it's again difficult to follow Jacob, but I wanted to share a quick success story that we have from this past, it's within the last 6-7 months. We did an AT assessment for Ben, who lives with his wife. They're in the North region. Both are wheelchair users. And both Ben and his wife told me up front that they're very tech savvy and that they probably would teach me 1 or 2 things, which I absolutely enjoyed. So Ben received an AT assessment in December of 2021. We struggled with getting the funding and some of the technology that we really wanted to get approved. One of those was the voice activated or voice controlled shades, blinds in the home. We also put in Nest thermostats, Ring doorbells, Ring solar lights, Alexa devices, Alexa stop, sorry, Apple iPad, smart door locks, and a few other pieces of technology, including a voice activated microwave. I'm going to try and play the video. It's not showing me the video, so I'm thinking it's not going to let me play it. It's not, but when you have the opportunity to look at this again, I truly hope that you have the opportunity to watch the video. When I did the assessment for Ben, he mentioned to me that Kelly could not open up the front door to their house without assistance. Well, that was just not acceptable for me. So we went and we changed out the door to a lever handle with a biometric and a keypad. Now, Ben likes the keypad and Kelly likes the biometric. So it was a perfect fit for both of them. They were able to add codes for their staff. They know when their staff are coming in and out of the house. But more importantly, within a month or so of us installing all this technology, in the middle of the night, Kelly needed assistance, and Ben was able to voice activate the door and remote open the door so that the police and fire could come in. His nearest staff, I'm told, was more than 20 minutes away. So these are things that we're really trying to have happen, statewide. I mean, everybody should be able to use this, and they just make a great story. The short video is of Ben opening his door independently. So I hope you get the opportunity to look at that. So that's pretty much our presentation. Obviously, we have to put in that we want to offer the best service and most appropriate tools. This is our passion. This is what we love to do. And of course, if you have any questions or if you want to come and take a tour of our AT Center, we have 2 locations. We have Stratford and Quaker Hill. And we're also always happy to throw a bunch of technology in our bag and come and see people. So that is my presentation. Now, how can I X out of that? There
Well,
you are.
thank you so much, Shannon. I knew when I led with Jacob that I was going to get everybody's minds going, and I knew that that would be a hard act to follow, but you did fantastic, and I really, really appreciate the presentation and the range of supports that you're offering. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. And you have a great little laugh that it's just, it's fun. It's fun. You're a fun person to listen to. And that was a great presentation. Very much appreciated. All right. So in the spirit of hard acts to follow, I'll next introduce our next speakers, our friends from ARC of Eastern Connecticut. We have Yvette Horton, Michelle Torres, and Rachel Galogli. Did I say that correct? Welcome. And you're going to talk a little bit about utilizing remote supports to optimize independence. So I'll turn it over to you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Torres. I'm the Assistant Director of the Individual Services here at ARC Eastern Connecticut. Our team was one of the service providers that had a pilot last year. So we had our pilot started February last year to August, and we started off with 10 individuals that we selected to be a part of the pilot. And so far, we're growing with our assistive tech and remote supports. I know I could tell you a few of our success stories. We have our oldest individual in home supports. She's turning 83 this year. She still lives independently, even with a walker. And we're trying to keep her independence as most high as possible. So when we added the assistive tech, we noticed that she's been having a lot of falls, and with that, we increased her staffing. Even though she is independently living, we started having staff there on the weekends, just because we thought she needed more support, that her walking was declining. But as the tech and the fall pendants have showed us, that it was actually her bed that was giving her a lot of problems, and that helped us figure out that her recent falls have been because of she was having trouble getting out of the bed. So we helped her get an adjustable bed, and we haven't had any falls since. So with that, we have been able to decrease her staffing on the weekend. So now she's by herself with us she could push a button. If she needs us, she can call us. Our new tech that we added for her was the VTech phone that has the pictures on there, because she has our phone numbers and sometimes she loses the number, but now she has our pictures and she has our numbers at speed dial. That she loves that, and she's very vocal with what she wants to add and what she doesn't like, and she loves that she has us at a push of a button. Our other person we had a little scare, like a fire alarm, maybe a little like the end of last year. And it was because she was cooking bacon in the oven. And we learned that she wasn't really aware of which pots and pans to use when cooking bacon in the oven. So that helped us know that she does need a little more instruction and assistance on how to cook independently. And since then, her staff has been working with her, and she's been using her oven and her stove more often than she did before. Our next person. We have another woman who is independently living with here in our area. She actually is more comfortable with turning visitors away that are unwanted because she has the Ring camera, and she knows that we're there watching if she needs our assistance. And also last month she had a family emergency, and she's from New York. We've actually had her practice using public transportation at this around this area before we sent her to New York by herself. She usually has someone go with her, but she was more comfortable knowing that she can call us with assistive tech if she needed help. But now she's more comfortable because we've had her using public transportation.
And she had a successful trip to New
Yeah.
York. She had the free text app to be able to text us if she got lost, and she's looking forward to going again.
We also have another individual who's independently living. We have the Big Red Button, and he was very much known for knocking on the neighbor's door if he needed assistance for anything, because he would have trouble with the phone. He didn't know which numbers to push. So now with the Big Red Button, he has that option to get a hold of us instead of either calling 911 or knocking on the neighbor's doors for help. And we've had a few recent fire alarms, and we've noticed that he needed more help as well with the independent cooking skills. So now we increased his staffing throughout the week to help him learn how to cook for himself too. And then we have another young lady who has a history of being very uncomfortable being by herself. She lives with her mother and often stays with her grandmother. She was very nervous staying alone at nighttime, but since we added the assistive technology in the home, she has more confidence in herself of being alone because she can alert us if anything. And now she's talking about she wants her own apartment. So that's a big confidence boost for herself. And our last person that we wanted to talk about is another older young lady.
She is young.
She's very young. She has a fall pendant, and we've noticed that she was very nervous with personal care, like in the shower, washing up, because she was scared to fall. So when we did the assistive tech assessment, we have this fall pendant, so she knows like we're there if she needs help. And now she's washing up independently in between having staff there, and is being more active with her daily ADLs. And besides that, we're actually adding more people into our remote supports because of the hearsay. All of our individuals that I spoke about earlier are talking to others, and now we're getting, I want that. I want to be a part of that. I would love that. So we added one more individual right now, and every week I think we're doing assessments, trying to add more people, add in new tech or services. So I think it's the word of mouth and the success stories is what's keeping us more and well.
And also our upcoming clusters, which Rachel would like to speak about for a moment as well.
Yes. In our clusters, we have 7 individuals total that we're going to have live in the cluster. Right now, we have 4 that are guaranteed to be living there. 2 of them were a part of the pilot. They are excited to move in on their own for the cluster. The other 2 that we are going to be adding, they are slowly using technology, getting the hang of it. Right now they're learning if they want this tech, if they want a different tech. Even with non-tech, we're teaching them how to, budget and everything like that. And they are enjoying it very much. We are also looking into IHS individuals that we think that would be good for the other 3 spots. So we're talking to their teams and obviously with the individuals themselves, if they would like to join, it is up to them. So if they don't want to join, then we don't continue with it. And we tell them in the future, if they would like to join, then they can. There's nothing wrong with joining in the future. We teach the guardians and the parents about different technology, because if they see something that we don't see while, we're not there, then they're able to tell us and we're able to help the individuals better. Right now we are getting closer to hiring staff for the cluster, and we're trying to hire staff as early as we can. So we're able to help them with the shift training and help them with any questions that they have about assistive technology, as well as helping them with the response time and the data collection. We want them to, when the cluster opens up, we want them to be able to flow into it and, make this as easy as possible for everyone with staff and the individuals. We are preparing to reach out to community members and just to help them prepare for the cluster. So community members are, the police, fire department, ambulances, community partners. So, like the gyms and grocery stores, rec centers, libraries, everything like that to, prepare the individuals in case of emergencies or if they're just out having a good day.
We want them to know who their neighbors are.
Yeah.
And I think assistive technology has opened the door for many individuals that wouldn't have lived on their own, or people thought they wouldn't be able to live on their own to be able to move into a cluster. So we're really excited to see what will come next from assistive technology.
I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Yvette, Rachel, and Michelle. You gave so many great examples of different people who have benefited from assistive technology. And the theme that I'm hearing is really kind of knock away your preconceived ideas of who can benefit from assistive technology. We all benefit from assistive technology. And if you really just look at the individual and evaluate areas where it may be beneficial, almost everybody could benefit from assistive technology in one way or another. And so I really appreciate all of the different examples that you gave. So our final presentation today, and I'll use a baseball analogy, we have our closer is Patricia Cimbola. Patricia is our new DDS Director of Assistive Technology, and Patricia is going to share some innovative AT applications that can be used that may be helpful for optimizing independence. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Deputy Commissioner. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to talk about assistive technology. And ladies, I had conversations with you the other day at Eastern Connecticut that the experience you guys had from the pilot program and what a great experience it was. So it's great to hear the progress and everything. It's amazing. Very, very cool.
Thank you.
I'll share my screen. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
We can.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give permission to Dwayne, if you're out there, I'm going to give you permission, okay? In order for me to put in presentation mode. Okay, start from the beginning. Can everybody see my screen now, please?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Full screen.
Excellent, excellent. It's a workaround that Dwayne and I have so that I can present this. So yes, innovative assistive technology applications that help people live more independently. I think Ferris Bueller said it best. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. And that's basically how technology is moving. It is moving so fast. You really need to sit back and take a look and really study the trends that are coming. It's funny, I had a friend who said her niece had said, I think we should invent a phone that stays in one location. She said, yeah, I think you're reinventing the landline. You know, it'd be like saying, hey, I think we should invent a remote control that has a cord all the way to the television and we hit it, all the buttons on it, which I would not go back to that remote control. So let's get into the presentation. So there's all kinds of apps. For daily living skills, some apps can assist you in the tasks that you do. And the great thing about a lot of the apps that are coming out is that you can create the tasks yourself. An individual can create the tasks themselves, or together you can create those tasks. And it can be one task in the day, or it can be set up for the entire day. And if it's set up for the entire day, like you see over here to the right, then as you go to each task in a timely manner throughout the day, it then breaks them down into singular tasks. And this is really good for employment as well, teaching someone how to do a job from start to finish. Speaking of employment, there are two apps. One is called Life Sherpa and one's called Employment Pathfinder. So Life Sherpa is all encompassing in one location. So you would have your teammates, whatever documents, whatever tools, policy procedures, whatever you needed in that one location to do everything you need. I know that sounds like Teams, but Teams is for everyone. This is particular to whatever project or to whatever job you do. Employment Pathfinder is a bit different. It has a list of over 60 different careers, and it assists an individual in becoming more advanced in doing those skills or finding what job it is that they're looking for. And in this particular app, you're connected to your DSP, you're connected to your job coach, you're connected to the employer. And the goal of it is to develop work skills to find that job that makes you happy. There's even applications for travel. This is a great application our friends in Tennessee are using right now, and it's for travel readiness. And it has a series of 5 different surveys. And in doing the surveys, which can be done at a person's own time, you can determine whether or not a person is ready to travel on their own. I'm going to hit play and I'll show you exactly how it works. Please tell me if you can hear it.
Wait
Can you hear it?
for the number 4 bus.
Yeah, he's not a lot. He's a good kid.
All right, and hit the start button.
He's a hard worker. He don't want to miss work. He can't stand the idea of.
Well, I live a long way.
Do you like your job?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Money.
Being with Kenny is a great way to start out your morning. He normally has us laughing at the bus stop before we start.
I want long hair, have a ponytail.
With Kenny, our main focus was going to be safety.
We use the ABLE-Link technology to create scheduled bus routes based on Carta services.
What we do is we get the tablet ready. It shows him prompts. There's pictures and there's audio that goes along with every picture.
We are almost there.
He has to acknowledge that the bus is passing that point. We can track Kenny. If he gets off course, it's going to tell us. It's going to give him some independence. It's going to give him some freedom to kind of make some decisions on his own and be able to travel where he needs to go.
Once you see Waffle House, pull the cord.
I think it's going to help a lot. That's something great for him. And at first, I was a little nervous about it because I thought about safety, more than anything. He has come a long ways.
Walk toward McDonald's.
I'm proud of him.
We're in front of McDonald's. Be sure to wait for the walk sign.
The button's over here.
You're bringing the whole community together to focus on a very important need. For so many people with disabilities, transportation is a big problem. So I can see how important this is and how life-changing it's going to be for so many individuals, not just Kenny.
We have to go here.
Thank you. So you can start to see how helpful these apps are. To the next one. Just want to make sure I didn't miss one in between. Okay. So we also have apps for smart home apps. A lot of us are using smart home products within our homes. And you can have an app to control your entire house, whether it's the sensors on your doors, your windows, your Alexa. Sorry if I just turned on everybody's Alexa at home. Your Alexa show, your pod, what have you. But everything can be controlled. Or you can control all 12 respite homes from one phone or one tablet, which we do, which Dwayne actually set up. It is a great device because at certain times you can troubleshoot things going on from your phone instead of having to go to the location. And it alerts you as to what's going on. We only have cameras that face outward. So if there's ever an issue, we can see what's going on. None of the cameras face inward in any of the locations that we have. We're also putting new technology into the respite centers, and we're very excited about that. And families and individuals and staff are going to be able to go into these respite homes and see what this technology is about and how it's used. We have some other apps, Big Keys keyboard. That's an app that I need because I can't see the keys anymore. So it just allows you to create the keyboard to be as large as you need it to be. Be My Eyes for people who have low vision or are blind. This assists with, it's actually a community of people. It's a community of people, and it's a community of volunteers. And they assist people who have low vision or are blind. And for instance, in the first picture that you see here, he's asking, is this expired? So someone can tell him it's expired. Community has a site where they all talk to each other. It's a great app, actually. And it's great that it's free and it's all on a volunteer basis. It also helps with, in this one here, he's asking, what's the color of my shirt? And you can see, to start out, you would call a volunteer. This is a great app, Wheelmate, wherever you are. So this tells you where there's wheelchair-friendly restrooms and parking throughout whatever town you're in. So that can be extremely helpful to someone who's in a wheelchair. So, recipes, groceries, cooking, food. I love food. I love these apps. I know this looks like a hot mess, but I put so many on here so that you could see how many there really are, and for so many different reasons. My son has a gluten allergy. Now I could pick one of these that's just to cook gluten-free food. The wonderful thing about these apps, I favor Tasty. I love Tasty. I like that it breaks it down step by step. So it's a video. You're watching a video, and if they're cooking chicken, you're watching them cook the chicken. And they go through every step and every ingredient they're going to put in. But if the video is too fast, you can slow down the video. And if that's not enough, you then can show that one step over and over again. It'll loop. So it'll keep showing that one step until you're done with the step, and then you go on to the next step. Another great feature is that they produce a grocery list. So if you're going to go to the grocery store, you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your money. They also connect to grocery stores and businesses that could collect your groceries, and you either have to go pick them up or they deliver them to your house, which is very convenient for someone who doesn't have transportation or has mobility issues. For me, it's perfect for me because I tend to buy more than I went in there for. I could go in for a gallon of milk, forget the gallon of milk, and come out with a ton of things, just juggling them all, because of course, I didn't think I needed the cart because I was just going in for milk. But these are really, really great apps. Innovative applications. So the more innovative the applications you're getting, you start to see artificial intelligence and virtual reality. I think Steve Jobs said it best. The iPhone is like having your life in your pocket. It's the ultimate digital device. That is so true. He didn't invent accessibility, but boy, he made us extremely aware of it. He really did put our lives in our pocket. Communication apps. A great app is Voice It. I do want to play you this video.
Nat's a 34-year-old male with cerebral palsy. My son, he lives for sports. So Nat has his dream job. He works at the Phillies.
I walk around and I do the road and the dance.
He has the same hopes and aspirations that most people do. Cerebral palsy is an aspect of his life, but it's certainly not his life.
I got the egos.
When we lived in the last house, any little mechanical need that he needed to adjust, whether it was the TV getting louder, turning a light on because it was dark, any of these things, that fell to us. He had to call to us to take care of it. We were in and out of that room constantly to adjust things like the volume of the TV, or the channel would change, or the room got dark and we needed to turn lights on, or we needed to adjust the shades on the windows.
Don't get it on.
I think one of the important things that Voice It has brought to us is a little bit of liberation, not only in the day-to-day, but in terms of adopting things as they come forward.
WIP. Not that I don't have to call my mom and dad in on my edition and tell them, hey, I need this, I need that. I can do it independently. I got it right on.
So Voice It has actually given Nat an opportunity to touch so many more things that are now in the mainstream. This allows him to do the same things other people do and more with his house. And that's what Voice It has opened for us.
I did it all the time. I did the things that on the TV. I did Voice It, do everything.
Nat's a 34-year-old.
What a great app. An app that's given someone a voice. It's a voice in independence, as the dad was saying. Great, great app. And also shows how technology is advancing. Voice It works a lot off of artificial intelligence. Getting to know his language, getting to know the words that he's speaking, the language, and then just correcting it every time and making it better and better, and having a fuller understanding of what he's trying to say. So that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Cough Drop. Cough Drop is an app for augmentative and alternative communication. It creates the communication boards, but it gives the freedom to, it digitizes them first. So if you drop your iPad, breaks, you can't use it, and you rely on a communication board, you would then be able, it's all held in the cloud, so you would be able to grab another device and continue to communicate. It also allows people like teachers, staff, family members to assist you in creating that communication board, or you yourself, as I said, can create that communication board, but it also gives a report on the usage and the word usage within that communication board and your progress. Oops, hang on a second. So virtual reality. Here's where the apps start getting pretty interesting. So these are apps that exist right now. And this is a travel app. It's for daily living within the community. This app here, it teaches someone through virtual reality, putting on the virtual goggles, putting them on and seeing how to get on a bus, how to pay for your trip, the route. It actually takes you on a route. A lot of these are set up, the cities, existing cities. So you're actually moving around towns in a real but virtual way. So the possibilities for this is endless for individuals to learn how to transport. Oops. So I want to talk a little bit about what the technology can also do other than what we're familiar with. VR is a really interesting thing, and we're really just scratching the surface of it, but it can also teach empathy. And I'm going to play maybe one of these here for you.
Welcome back to KFM 98.2. This is Derek Douglas with your daily news. More hard times. Area employees are now bracing for another round of layoffs. This comes just 2 months after multiple companies in the area notified over 500 employees of their impending termination. Join us as we check in with our senior labor reporter. What does this mean for poverty levels? How will this affect living wage job opportunities? Will we see a push for more affordable housing? All this up next.
You've been unemployed for over 2 months and you need to find more affordable housing, which is difficult to do in this area. While you look for a new place, you sell objects in your apartment to offset the amount of rent you owe. Everyone's story is unique. In this first-person VR interactive, face the adversity of living without a home.
I think this is a great thing about virtual reality. It puts you in the shoes of the person. There's one on racism, which allows you to experience what racism feels like as a young Black male. Displaced is live footage, and it's 360 footage. And if you get a chance, you should watch that. It is many different children throughout the world that are displaced and it shows them just running around their surroundings. These things, I know they're not the happiest things to present, but just imagine if we can see the viewpoint of someone with a disability through the virtual reality and begin to completely understand the life that they live. There's so many possibilities. I'm just so excited for the future of virtual reality. Here's what's coming. And this is watching the world change. Google Glasses. These Google Glasses, some of you may have seen commercials on this, but this is going to change the world for people who are hard of hearing or deaf. This is going to change their lives.
My mother speaks Mandarin, and I speak English, which is a strange thing.
他讲英文我可以听得懂，可是有时候我讲不来嘛。
We'd love to be able to share with you a new prototype we've been working on. You should be seeing what I'm saying, just transcribed for you in real time, kind of like subtitles for the world.
What we're working on is technology that enables us to break down language barriers, taking years of research in Google Translate and bringing that to glasses.
You see me? Oh, sí te veo. I'm actually looking straight into your eyes, and it seems like you're looking right at me.
Oh, sí, estoy viendo lo que está diciendo para allá. Making access to information just instant and intuitive. By doing that, technology fades into the background, and we're more connected with the people and the things around us. Giving people the gift of communicating with anyone, no matter what language they speak, I think is a really powerful thing.
Que tengo que dialogar con muchas personas que solamente hablan inglés. Como magia para mí, porque voy a ver cosas que voy a entender lo que ellos dicen por completo y...
Yes, 可以互相沟通。我爱你。
So you can see why I'm excited about the future. This has been a prototype, but they do see it coming out. The first Google Glasses that came out didn't make it out, but I do see these coming out, and I would love to be one person testing these out.
Tesla suit is a...
Get back to that. The last thing I'm going to show you is some technology that's coming, and it has to do with virtual reality as well. And we are talking innovation, so I wanted to show you some really innovative products that are out there, and they are coming our way. But please think of this product here, what it'll do for individuals. And right now they don't particularly need the suit, but it does definitely make a change in employment. Take employment, for instance, but you'll see in the video. So here we go.
Tesla suit is a human-to-digital interface, the only of its kind, designed to simulate experience and accelerate mastery in the physical world. Tesla suit inputs haptic feedback to any area of the body, from gentle touch to feelings of physical exertion and temperature, and outputs motion capture and biometrics. Tesla suit accelerates VR training with performance monitoring and sensation. Users experience scenarios as though they've lived them. In the physical world, errors in operating procedure can be costly. Trainers are a limited resource, and mastery requires endless input and repetition. With Tesla suit, trainer inputs are embedded in the simulation. Users train with autonomy, and mastery is achieved with less repetition by programming operating procedure into muscle memory. In high-stakes industries, where errors can cost millions of dollars or human lives, Tesla suit reduces risk by training safety protocol into reflex. Training requires less time and human resources, and users perform reliably, like masters, on day one. on heavy industrial sites. On-the-job injuries are reduced by perfecting technique. Public safety professionals develop the instincts they'll need in the heat of the moment. Tesla Suit captures the movement of individuals and teams, enabling experts to analyze performance, both in training and in the field. In any field, the Tesla Suit Developer Toolkit supports rapid development of accelerated training solutions, and mastery can now be scaled infinitely. Tesla Suit. Master.
Stop sharing. Second. Stop sharing. Okay. So you got a chance to look at what's going on right now and what's coming. And if you start to put that in the perspective of the lives of the people that we support, you see that the possibilities are endless. It's a bright future. So pay attention to the trends. Pay attention to the trends and start to see all of the opportunities that are coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia. I want to just remind people that there was a whole lot of information there. All of this will be available on our website. Just give us probably by the end of the week, hopefully we'll have all of this information up and you can review it. And there's a lot to digest, but it's really, really exciting to see the range of options that are available to people. And I saw that there was some communication in the chat. Gunnar, do you want to just take a look and note some of the comments that have been made? A lot of positive comments. One question. Are you there? Let me see. I can. There was one question about the cluster, and so I think this was specific to ARC of Eastern Connecticut. You mentioned that people can be successful living in a cluster, and there was a question about what is a cluster, and maybe you can talk a little bit more about that.
Of course. A cluster is a group of apartments that are together. So in the apartment buildings that we're going to be in, we are occupying 6 apartments. And in those apartments, there's going to be remote technology specific to each individual that lives in those apartments. They will be living independently with on-call staff almost 24 hours. They will have their IHS staff, so if they want to go out in the community, they can, everything like that. But they have the freedom to, go out with their friends, or if they want to go walk down to the grocery store, or if they want to go shopping without the staff. But if, something happens and they're able to, contact someone, and someone will be on shifts at the cluster to help them, or if they are having an emergency in the middle of the night, then someone will be there to help them. They're just going to be living alone with technology that is for them.
And the location is in New London, across from the ShopRite. It's a great location. There's restaurants, a walk-in clinic, grocery stores, clothing stores. So it's going to be a great environment to have the cluster in. So they'll have a lot of options in the area to walk. And it'll be on the bus line as well.
Thank you. I see that Lynn has raised her hand.
Hello, yes, I'm the one that asked the question about the clusters. I've been talking to, I am a member of the South Region RAC, and I've been talking in our meetings with Kress, the director there, and he was mentioning that there's going to be others, and he said, I think yours, is yours already open, or is it opening in the fall?
In the fall. It's our first one, and I believe we'll have more if this goes well.
Right, I'm trying to, I'm on the list for my son in Westville. That one's pending approval. I know there's one in Orange. I was wondering if these were the same things I was talking to him about.
Yep.
Saying that's the title of it. Okay. And then the other thing was I had asked Crest about that. Is it possible for my husband and I, maybe even my son, to visit this facility before it opens so we can see what it's like?
We can definitely reach out and ask. It probably is a possibility.
Yeah, before somebody moves
Mhm.
in there. I wouldn't want to disrupt anybody or anything, but that would be just wonderful if we could.
Absolutely.
So should I leave my contact number in the chat?
Absolutely. And we'll contact you
Okay, thanks so much.
anytime.
All right, and Shannon Jacobino makes the point that there are clusters throughout Connecticut. So it's similar to the New London setting. There are existing clusters throughout Connecticut and more in process all the time. So that's an area where we're seeing a lot of interest, and these things pair together. So cluster, you might hear of the term supportive housing. That's when you have a number of units within an apartment complex. So it's an integrated setting, but a certain number set aside. And that's also sometimes referred to as a cluster setting. And that goes hand in hand with technology. In each of those settings, it is a combination of some shared staffing supports, and then some specific technology that may work for the person. And so it really allows for people to live independently, but with the supports that they need. I had a comment around Wheelmate, and Susan, you said you've already installed it. Do you want to share?
Hi there. Yeah, it's that's my daughter's in a wheelchair, and it's a power wheelchair, so it's big, and we need the extra space for parking. We traveled to Spain last year, and we brought our little handicap placard with us, and of course my husband left it in the rental car when we were switching rental cars, so we went to our second location in Spain without it. So I decided I'd create one of my own, and I drew it on a piece of paper and hung it from, a hanger, and it looked pretty good to me. But no, we got a ticket, and I found out that the hard way that, if you're traveling internationally, a handicap placard from the United States is not valid anyway. So, forget that I created my own, which is probably very illegal, but even using the USA one wasn't going to work. So we're going back to Spain in a month, and I'm going to really look forward to using this. I did install it. I did take a look. It looks like it's sort of new. So it's based on feedback. So in my area, it located me in Tulland. It didn't indicate anything that I could tell. I'll take a closer look, and my phone is sort of dying now anyway. But it looks like it really wants users to add locations. So for me, I could go ahead and add, where I know there's handicapped accessible restrooms and parking, and anything else. Recreation, I think, is the other category. So it looks great. And if it's worldwide, and if they get people adding more and more locations to it, it'll be really helpful.
Susan, that's great. And Spain's one of my favorite places. If you need any further help, please just call me, email me, and we'll get some more apps on your phone. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then I think, Lena, you had a comment that you love the VTech phone. Your daughter just loves it. You want to share a little bit about how your daughter uses it?
Hi everybody. Yes, I love that, and my daughter love it. They have the features over there, very easy to use, functional. I have one for me, one for her daddy, and then the for 911 and the grandmother. Then so easy to use. I recommended that to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lena. Lauren, we had a request to drop the link to include all of the information within the coming week. And I see that you dropped the link to the Fourth Tuesday Forum site. That's where you would go. You'll see all the previous forums that have been held. You'll see the list of forums that are coming up, which is a perfect cue for me to announce that our next presentation will take place on May 23rd. That's the fourth Tuesday in May, and it will highlight innovative options offered through our individual and family support teams, as well as respite options. So I know that that's of great interest to a lot of families. And I think we've already got the presenters lined up, and I can tell you it's going to be a great forum. I'm not seeing any other hands, and I'm not seeing any other questions. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank our presenters for your preparation, your information, and your enthusiasm. This is a topic that's really exciting and has, as the point has been made, so much potential to have impact in people's lives. So thank you so much. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you.